Hey, I'm Randy. One day while cleaning out the closet of my old bedroom, I stumbled upon a 3-part time capsule I'd made in 1998 when I turned 13. I meticulously detailed every part of my life, from an itemized list of school crushes to a report on the top 5 trends that year. Obviously, Tamagotchi, hair mascara, and blow-up chairs were among them. It's hilariously delusional and heartwarming as fuck. So join me as I look back at all the things that made growing up in the 90s so rad. And together we'll unbox Capsule 98. Hey guys, welcome back to the Capsule 98 podcast. We are here for the taping of episode 3. Thank you for listening to all the other episodes. I hope you did. And if you didn't already rate and review us, please do. We would love you for that. Just look us up, Capsule 98 on iTunes, which you already did because you're listening to this now. We are here joined with 2 special guests. Our co-host today is my producer, who you might not know has been sitting in the back of every episode, and his name is Kevin Hazelhurst. Hey.
Hey, it's true. I've been here like a spooky ghost the whole time.
And Kevin is also the creator of the Deja the View podcast, which is maybe, as you've already figured out, about The View.
Yes, we make fun of The View and we talk about hot topics and cold topics, and we're on iTunes as well.
And our special guest today is Lauren Collins. You might know her as Paige Michalchuk at Degrassi and every other amazing thing like Take the Lead, my personal fave.
Whoa. Wow.
Nice.
Thank you.
And the creator of Lulzita, the new, are you a creator or a producer?
No, I was a producer on it. It's a Katie Boland brainchild. She wrote and directed it, but I produced it.
What else are you working on lately?
What am I working on? Well, Lulzita is going to be at the Whistler Film Festival next month.
Chic.
And I actually have another short that I produced in the same program that I produced with my friend Ben Lewis, who wrote and directed that, and Tatiana Maslany stars in it. So that's something we're very excited about. Yeah. And what else? I'm going into production on a new show in a couple of weeks called Impulse. It's for YouTube Red. So it's, for all those millennials out there who only watch their TV on the computer, it's a new scripted show. They're like flagship scripted show. So
Cool.
I'm excited about that.
I thought when you said YouTube Red, you meant like RedTube, like a porn
Oh
site?
my God. Can you, you know what? Given that RedTube is totally a thing, interesting choice of branding, YouTube Red.
Yeah, YouTube Red.
YouTube Red is
RedTube.
like their answer to like Netflix or
Yeah.
Hulu or whatever. I don't even know if we get it here in Canada, but
Yeah, I
it's
don't
coming.
know.
I don't think we do.
Yeah, but I don't know if I feel like I've watched some things, but I'm not sure if I'm just like like watching like a bootleg thing on YouTube or
because
something.
YouTube Red is definitely behind a paywall. So
Whoops. Okay.
Oops. I won't tell them.
And most importantly, for all you guys to know, is that me and Lauren have known each other since 1980.
Is it the
something?
I was thinking like early 90s, but I mean, our moms knew each other before either of us were around. So,
But neither of us really know why or how.
no, I mean, I kind of do.
Describe it.
Okay, so our moms had a mutual friend.
Okay.
Sonia Shapiro.
Yes.
So she was a mutual friend, been my, oh my God, we're going deep cut. So my mom my mom knew Sonia's husband, Lou, from the age of like 16. Not sure how your mom knew Sonia.
From also around that time, like high school buddies.
So way, way back. And our moms were in like a women's group together.
Whoa.
Where they used to, I don't know what
Like
it
a
was.
Red
I
Hat
just know that
Society?
like once a month, my mom would be going off with her women's group.
Yeah, they probably talked about periods.
They probably
had, like,
got naked
speakers?
and like danced around in the forest and did spells, right?
Can you imagine?
My mom would never do that.
Neither would mine. Like literally no chance in hell. I think they had like speakers come and talk to them about like Israel
And we lived
I don't
really
know.
close to each other.
yeah,
I believe on the same street, maybe?
No.
No, not same street?
Did you live in Thornhill?
Richmond Hill?
Thornhill.
Okay, never mind.
But you
Anyway.
did come to my house because I do have photographic evidence of that. And I'm going to my mom's tonight to try to find it.
We're going to
which I
bring
can
it to the
hopefully-
Capsule 98 Instagram.
Yes, hopefully.
It's like some
would be
exclusive
pre-98.
content. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's okay. For the purposes of this, it's fine.
I believe that you attended my Barbie themed birthday party,
Oh my God.
which would have been, I probably would have been like 7 or 8,
Okay.
I think.
Go on about this
Yeah.
party.
I was thinking about it this morning. Not like I remember it at all. But what made it Barbie themed? I don't know. There's a picture where we're all holding Barbies. So maybe I just forced everyone to play with Barbies.
Did you wear a wig?
No, I think there was like a Barbie cake and a Barbie, I don't know, candle. I'm sure some like Barbie themed loot bag and like plates and stuff.
Those Barbie cakes are classic. Like, is it the one where the Barbie's like standing up and then the cake is like
Is
the
on
bottom part of
it?
the
I don't
dress?
There's no way I had a
'Cause-
cake that was that cool.
Really? Because
I
those were
definitely
like,
had a Barbie cake.
yeah.
I don't think I had that cool of a Barbie cake.
Oh
Ours
my
was probably
God.
like a DIY Barbie cake.
So we're just gonna jump right into the time capsule as we always do on the Capsule 98 podcast. I wanted to talk about school because, as everybody knows, Lauren is the star of Degrassi, the only star, the most famous star.
Oh, of course. Not like there's someone slightly more famous than me that came out with Degrassi.
Well,
Sure.
and so we're gonna do a little bit of a school theme today.
Great.
And I have my class agendas that I'm gonna just pass around to everybody to make fun of.
Nice.
Wow. This. Okay.
So these are from grade 7 and 8, which would have been the beginning and the end of 98.
This is not like any agenda I ever had. I mean, I can tell that the roots of my agenda are here because I'm sure, like, in the, York Region School Board, we all had the same one.
Yeah.
But this is like a gorgeous collage of
Right.
Backstreet Boy photos and like Tigger, random.
Yeah, because I still had a bit of like girlish charm, you know?
That's the funny thing about this age, right? It was like really just like bridging that gap between like everything that was like childlike and innocent and then just like instantly becoming obsessed with boys and sex and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, first of all of your like school notes are covered in collages and you literally can't read anything. You just see pictures of Britney Spears.
Every single page.
So I don't know if you did this.
Every single
like-
page is covered with construction paper.
Like, how did you get any of your homework done?
Well,
like, how
the
did you-
important notes are later. Like, I leave notes to myself, like star after class, and it's like, tell mom about Penny to give me. Like very important notes.
And Passover is labeled. It's like collage, Passover.
Because it means we probably had some school time off.
All of the days are crossed out because you were counting down for that summer vacation.
Yeah, or like my birthday. And then I'm going to just accent this viewing with a really Degrassi-esque reading from my diary.
Amazing.
It's got drama. It's got everything. So it's November 4th, 1998. We're also recording on November 4th.
Whoa.
Cal coincidence.
Wow, is that planned?
Like, kind of.
Okay.
Dear diary, life sucks. Today was such a bad day. I hate Mrs. Benaya. She is such a bitch. I
Oh
like
my
Sharon. I like Sharon so much, and he doesn't like me at all.
Ugh.
I don't know for sure, but I can tell by his body language. Plus, he knows I like him. It was so funny. Yesterday, a few guys were talking about their muscle, and he said he had a firm ass. So he asked me to slap it. I did. I slapped his ass with my pencil case.
Not direct contact. There had to
No, God forbid.
be.
I'm mad at Lori. I never thought I'd be mad at her, but she's really being rude lately. She can't take it that I told her that she was being mean. Every time she talks about Cooper, in brackets, the guy she likes, I always listen, but she never listens when I talk about Sharon. We'll probably be friends soon. Oh, I totally forgot. I have a new baby cousin. Okay, who cares about this? A few nights ago, I was at a party and I went outside, and this is the moment.
Mhm.
So a few nights ago, I went to a party and I went outside, and Sharon was smoking. I know he smokes. I asked if I could try it, and he wouldn't let me because he got in trouble already. Plus, he didn't want to get in trouble. Plus, he didn't want me to be smoking. He gave it to me in the end, though. I took one puff and I was fine, but then the second I started coughing, well, there goes that. Love Randy. P.S. Grandma had surgery, but she's okay.
Let's get right to the important stuff. Okay.
PPS. Yesterday, I rode on the bus alone for the first time, and I put my TTC transfer in the
Wow.
the diary.
Okay, so
much intrigue.
What grade would you have been in?
I would have been grade 8 at that time.
Grade 8. And okay, so at that point, smoking, you were like, I'm excited about this. I want to try it. It's
Yes.
this like darkly forbidden thing that I shouldn't be doing, but I want to do. Because don't you feel like when was that moment where it changed? Because smoking was like the most disgusting thing
Yes.
anyone could do. I feel like when I was in, grade 6, 7,
Absolutely.
even 8. And then I guess it was just high school where all of a sudden it became cool.
Yeah,
But,
totally.
someone who smoked up until then, I was like, they're the biggest idiot on the planet.
Yes, totally.
Right? And then all of a sudden it was like,
Yeah,
kinda
no.
cool.
For me, in grade 6, they like took out this big long like contract, and they literally made us sign a thing that was like,
No.
they're like, you don't have to sign if you don't want to, but it said like, I will never smoke, I will never try drugs.
Who's
I'll,
they? Like your
keep-
teachers?
My teachers,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And they were like, I'll keep your dreams alive. And then we all like signed it, and then literally grade 7 was the next year, and everyone's like,
Everyone started smoking.
everyone is like a 40-year smoker basically in their head, like they think they are. So it's like junior high is like I feel like when that changes.
Yeah, definitely.
I think for me it was like grade 9.
Grade 9.
Yeah.
And did you cough?
Yeah, but like instantly started smoking, Like
Mhm.
immediately was like, okay, but I'm going to pretend that I really like it.
Yeah, like
you
not
know?
even inhaling, just sort of like holding it.
I feel like I think I smoked a joint. Can I say that? I think
Yeah,
I smoked a
say
joint
it, yeah.
before I smoked a
You
cigarette.
can't say
We're
that.
in Canada. You can say
In
that.
grade 9? Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely think I tried smoking a
Same
joint
here,
first.
yeah. But I like there were like several times where I like thought I was smoking and actually
And like
wasn't.
fully was
And then the
not.
time that I like finally did, it was like, oh god, like
What have
I'm
I
dying.
done?
Yeah.
I remember the first time I smoked a joint. My friend rolled it on the attendance sheet from my high school, and I thought it was
Wow.
like the most badass thing that we could ever have done, like ever.
Wow.
I mean, did you ever beat that?
I don't know.
Like, do I want to share?
Yeah,
I
same,
did.
like-
I remember only once, and I literally have not touched pot in years.
The pot.
Like the pot. Like I cannot handle it at all. But one time I definitely got high at school.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember also thinking that was very cool.
Did you ever do it?
Yeah, definitely.
Like only once did I ever do it, and went to French class and was like, I should not.
Je
not be
suis
here. Yeah.
Fatigué.
Wow.
Yeah, that
You're-
was really.
You're
that was
as
like
bad
the
as
worst.
Sharon. Is
That's
that
the
name?
worst thing. Sharon.
What was his name?
Sharon.
Sharon.
He sounds
Where's
so
Sharon?
hot.
I don't know. Should we find him?
Yeah.
Let's call him now. Just kidding. I was definitely like crushing hard. But anyway, let's move on to not embarrass myself. I mean, have we already gone that far, I guess?
Unclear.
Unclear. So let's talk about you and Paige.
Okay. Let's
Okay,
do
first
it.
of all, why was Paige such a bitch?
Well, yeah, she was. I guess she started off a lot bitchier
Yeah.
than she wound up. I guess. I don't know. For me, it was like a total like real because I was definitely not a mean girl and definitely had a lot of problems with mean girls right around this age. Like I feel like 98, those years, those are defined by the mean girls.
Mhm.
So you had like
For
things
me.
to draw from.
Totally. And I just like used all of it and like brought that out in Paige. So it was super fun for me. But yeah, then she had some like horribly traumatic experiences.
Oh
and
my God,
that's
yeah.
kind of softened her up a little bit.
Yeah. So I like watched Degrassi like as a child. Like I was like probably like the same. We're probably close in age.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
Oh, okay.
Like
I'm not.
we're not far off in
Not far,
age.
not
We're
far.
close in age. So like I was like watching. I like watched the whole thing is all I'm trying to say. And I was like going last night, I was like looking up Degrassi again, and like your character was raped. She had a
Yeah.
rape trial. She had a lesbian encounter, and she
totally.
was
She was like briefly bisexual.
like you went through so many things. You dated a teacher. You
my
like
boyfriend got one of my best friends shot.
Yeah, like-
yeah.
like you had so
Guys, I
many
nearly
things.
got AIDS.
Yes, you had an HIV scare.
Yeah, an HIV scare that we never really found out what happened.
They just dropped that.
Yeah,
You had a
sort of went
gay
away.
brother
I had a gay
who
brother.
just like disappeared after like a certain
Yeah,
point.
a gay brother who dated my gay best friend.
Right. And like that was like probably the first time I ever saw a gay kiss on TV.
Oh,
And, like,
for sure.
I remember it like vividly because my mom and my sister were like in the room and I was like watching their reactions to it as it was happening.
How did that make you feel? Like, I'm so curious. Were you...
Well, their reactions were like, ew, like kind
Right.
of. So
Oh, yeah.
not
And then it's like
good.
you carry that with you. Oh, that's...
Yeah. But also like it was like, I don't know, like that was the first time, like things aren't
Mhm.
like that now. Like it was just like quite a
I
quite a
know, now
thing.
everything is out there. Gay kiss. Like, that also, like, wasn't that long ago. Like, that was maybe...
No.
That was
That
like
was-
less than 10 years ago. Or maybe 10 years ago.
I would say, like, between like, 10 and 12 years ago.
Right.
But that's not, I mean, you know, like I remember when we were doing that vividly, like I was probably in grade 10 or 11 at the time. And to think that that was like unheard of.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, it's more groundbreaking than we give it credit. I
I think I think that a lot of people do give Degrassi credit for being so groundbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the original Degrassi was that groundbreaking.
Totally. And
And-
just even dealing with like pregnancy and abortion
Totally.
in the like late 80s or whenever it was on. So, okay, here's a tidbit for you.
I know what you're gonna say.
Is
Say it.
Okay. The Degrassi is what inspired 90210.
Yes.
Yes. It totally is. So I never really confirmed this rumor with Linda Schuyler, who was the creator of Degrassi, but the rumor goes that Aaron Spelling contacted her, or his like production company or whatever contacted her because they wanted to, I guess, like buy the rights or something to make the show in the States and to make like sort of like an Americanized version of it. And she shut it down and said no. And then he went off and was like, okay, well then we're going to do it and we're going to do it like better and different. And then that's where 90210 came from.
I
Right.
mean,
So Randy is obsessed with 90210. So like I grew up with Degrassi. I never watched 90210, but Randy was like way more into 90210.
well, the interesting thing is that I actually wasn't so into 90210 when I was a kid because like the first season would have started when I was 5. So like I
Right.
wasn't really, I remember watching it in my parents' room with my sister, but like I don't think I really understood it.
Mhm.
And then I only came back to it like a few years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I remember watching it. Like, I think me and my brother watched the later like seasons or something, but
Yeah.
it didn't really make a major impact on me because I think I was like a little bit too young for it. But
Yeah.
I rediscovered it like 4 years ago when the 90s craze started happening again.
Right.
And I just became like insanely hardcore.
That's so crazy to think that we were only like 5 or 6 when it started because I definitely watched it when it was on TV. Maybe I would have started a couple of seasons in and then somehow gone back because like there were always repeats on.
Mhm.
But I definitely used to. I remember having on a VHS the very first episode taped, and I would just watch it over and over. It started with like the alarm and Brandon waking up. Like I remember it so
Yes.
clearly. That was like, I feel like that was my like awakening as a child, like just seeing. And it's funny because I didn't watch the original Degrassi, like that
I didn't really either.
really
Oh,
meant nothing to
So
me.
I did. I was like too young though, because I remember watching Degrassi and they were talking about condoms and they were calling them like latex, like for slang at the time. And then I remember like saying that to one of my friends. Like one of my friend's mom said the word latex and I was like giggling and she was like,
She means
I'm like a small
condom.
child. And she's like, why are you giggling? And I was like, I can't say like latex. And it was so funny. to me.
So funny.
But like, yeah, like too young to be watching that at the
For
time.
sure. And way too, like in grade 1, I feel like I took a picture of this when we were moving out of my house and I sent it to you. In grade 1, my backpack was a 90210 backpack.
Oh my God, you were
Like,
probably
I was
so
way-
cool.
But I totally didn't understand what I was watching. There's no way I did.
But I
Why
do-
did my parents let me watch it?
I do remember it being, like, I don't remember like specific instances, but
Yeah.
actually, that's a lie. I do remember specific instances, but I don't remember it being such a big impact. But I do remember very specifically like early grades being like, everything is about California. Your name should be
Completely
Kelly.
obsessed.
Like blonde.
We used to play 90210
yeah.
on the playground. And like I had brown hair, so I was always Brenda. And I just wanted to be Kelly. All I wanted was to be Kelly. But like,
But
this
Brenda is so much
picture-
cooler.
Randy has a heart-shaped pillow with Luke Perry on it on her couch. And I had, like, it's this picture. I had it on a nightgown. Like, I would sleep in it every night.
Oh my
God.
God.
I was 7.
I want that so
crazy.
badly. Since I've become obsessed with it, people have like bought me all these 90210 things. Like that pillow was a gift. My best friend got me a board game for my birthday. Oh. And another one of my friends found a 90210 Twister at Valley Village.
Oh, that's amazing.
And yeah, it's a great thing. But I mean, yeah, there are a lot of parallels between the two shows. Like it's like almost like Degrassi's like the grittier,
that's what I was
more
saying.
realistic.
Is that
version.
where they differ? Is that Degrassi went there in places that 90210 skirted around? Yeah, and
I mean, really, it's exactly. I feel like so many people that came up with my generation compare it to the OC because they started around the same time. So I feel like it was totally the same kind of thing. Like Degrassi is sort of like the, you know, awkward, not as cool cousin from the small town or something, you know, and 90210 OC, those were like the glossy Hollywood versions.
Definitely.
Right.
Everyone was like way more beautiful in the cast. And
but you guys were more real. Way more real.
The other big difference, and this is something that, again, the creator of Degrassi was always really, really adamant about, is that we were all basically the same age as our characters. Like, I think I was only a year or two older than the age that I was playing, whereas 90210, you had, like...
Luke Perry was, like, 30.
Yeah, or, like, Andrea Zuckerman was, like... Or Andrea...
Yeah.
Zucker, was, she was, like, 40. Like, actually, she was 40 on the show.
Did 90210 also have, like, the diversity that Degrassi had?
No way.
Degrassi had that, like, early on. They were like, we're going to represent all of these groups, and it was very intentional.
Was there ever a main character person of color on 90210?
Absolutely not.
No.
That was,
like, there literally wasn't one.
This is going to sound bad, but I think that's one of the things I love so much about it because it's so tacky. Like, it just has no self-awareness. Like, and it's just, like, funny to me. Like, if there's an episode where it's like a person of color, it's like, this is the theme of the episode. Like, there could not be any other reason why this person would be on the show. And it's like, just focuses on that. Like, if there's like an AIDS scare, it's like this is other. This is so dramatic.
Right.
Like, there's
and
just
like not our key cast. Like, nothing like that affected.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, one time Kelly thought she had AIDS, but other than that,
did you go back and watch the entire?
Oh
series?
My God, I have them right
there.
They're all of the DVDs are there.
I definitely got season 1 and season 2 box set and went back and watched those a couple of years ago, but I haven't done the whole thing.
I would say that the middle seasons are actually the best. Like when Val is there, and
can we talk about Val for a second?
Oh, Val's my fave
because there are like a couple of pop culture moments for me, and I mean, this sounds so obvious, but like 90210 being one, Clueless being one,
totally.
But Saved by the Bell, of course.
Oh yes,
was a huge iconic show for me.
That is what I remember way more.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen was everything.
She
was my everything, and when she showed up on 90210, my like knew everything, and she all of a sudden had like a boob job and
and was like the complete opposite of Kelly Kapowski.
Like, I feel like that was like my sexual awakening.
Yeah, totally.
And I had like a journal, and I would just write down all of her outfits. Like, it was just
her
pages and pages and pages of just writing down what she was wearing.
She was so
cool.
I dress like Val a lot now. Like, it's just like booby dresses pretty much.
And this is one of the things that I have a picture of that I wanted to show you. But so this, I guess, would have been a little bit earlier, because when was my brother's bar mitzvah? It was probably in like 94 or 95. But you know how you would always do, I feel like you're going to know what I mean. You would do like, there would be 2 sets of photos. There would be like the fancy photos where like the bar mitzvah boy or the bar mitzvah girl is like in what they're wearing. And like, you know, everyone's in their like nice fancy formal attire. But then you would do like the casual photos as well, in like jeans and whatever. So my like casual photo for my brother's bar mitzvah is I'm wearing a white baby tee, high-waisted tan pants, and
so Val.
Suspenders.
That is
just
Val.
like a little bit of tummy showing.
Oh my God, it's new year, new look, new Paige.
Totally. And like a name necklace for sure.
Oh,
but like I would wear that now.
I would 100% wear it now.
You should bring back suspenders and crop tops.
Crop tops have been brought.
Crop tops are back, but I mean the suspender over the crop top.
Beyonce just did it. She dressed up as Lil' Kim. She had like 1,000
Those were
Halloween
amazing.
costumes, and one of them was Lil' Kim with the suspenders with the, I think it was a crop top, right? I don't know.
Oh
Such
yeah.
an iconic 90s look.
Ugh.
Oh, and in Landline, which I told you I was watching last night, a 90s, like, takes place in the 90s. That's what Jenny Slate shows up in the last scene, and they're like making fun of her. And she was like, this is fashion. This is fashion now. It's crop top and suspenders.
Yeah.
Are we going to do that? I mean, I'll do it. I'll do anything for fashion.
I totally think you should try it.
Yeah.
And it needs to be like a high-waisted.
But like baggy pants are not chic.
I know, but it has to be a baggy pant. It has to be like almost like a.
I know.
Like,
I just
like
said
a,
I'd do
like a
anything for fashion.
palazzo.
I'm a little distracted because I'm trying to picture like, isn't that like a Pokemon character? Like one of the like.
That's where you lose me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Completely. I'm like, I have no idea.
Isn't there like, because I got people would dress up as these Pokemon characters on Halloween, and there's like one that has suspenders and a crop top, and she's like iconic Pokemon character. Bye. Sorry.
Was Pokemon around in the 90s?
I'll just leave now.
I think Pokemon was around.
I mean, probably
in the
not
90s.
in this. Probably not here, but like, yeah, I don't know.
It was a thing in the 90s.
Oh, well, it must have been because I was like very young when I watched it.
When you got into it, that's where I'm like, oh,
there's so many things, and like shout out to like divorced kids who have divorced parents.
Divorced children.
there's so
Children
many
of
things.
divorce.
Like when I'm trying to think about like shows I watched as a child, there's such a distinction between like things I watched at my dad's house because he had cable, and things that I watched at my mom's house because like I would watch Degrassi at like my mom's house because we didn't have cable, so it'd be like on CTV or whatever, and then like I'd watch like the good shit, like Power,
is that like a dig?
Power Rangers.
Is that a dig on Degrassi?
There's no dig about Degrassi.
Oh my
I
god,
haven't
no,
heard.
that's not a dig on Degrassi. But like, I would like go to my dad's and be like, I can watch Power Rangers now, or like whatever, and like things that I was deprived.
It's so weird that those things like existed at the same time. That you could be into Degrassi where they're talking about like abortion, and then like Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Oh
my god. But also it's funny that I'd be like eager to watch like the toned down one. like I watch Degrassi every day. I just want to watch Power Rangers today. Like
you're like, I need a break from all that drama. It's too much. I'm too scared.
Yeah.
And so getting back to you versus Paige. So describe Lauren circa 98 for us.
Okay. I think in 98 I would have been in grade 6. And I really feel like, I just feel like I was bridging like between two worlds. Like I sort of had my really young, innocent, like into community theater and like doing lots of plays and musicals and being obsessed with like Annie, and probably like bridging that gap would be like my love of Rent. And then like what that sort of brought me to, which was like a world of boys and
through
sex.
Rent.
And but I feel like that was probably
like
around
yeah, definitely sex.
Yeah, just like that kind of awakening. So I think I was really kind of caught between two worlds at that time, like feeling really young and
so like not a girl, not yet a woman kind of thing,
right?
What would
Brittany
you
always said it best?
What would you have looked like? Like what would you have been wearing?
I was also obsessed with Friends around that time. That was another like cultural milestone for me. So always the goal was to look like Rachel Green.
Yeah.
So I definitely had the Rachel. Literally my like 5th grade school picture is me with like a really pathetic shag haircut and the white turtleneck that she's wearing in the opening credits that I bought at Stitches.
Nice.
I feel like Stitches
is the shit.
Is Stitches still around?
I think so.
Really?
I think so because I've tried to find it.
Stitches circa that time and Claire's.
Oh,
yes. That's what defined me.
Absolutely. And Stitches, the quality was so horrible, but I never cared. Like I was just like, I would wear my pants to death even though they were like ripped.
Just baby tees. My favorite
slogan baby tees.
My favorite, my personal favorite baby tee that I owned was it had a little teddy bear on it. That was like the, I almost called it like an emoji because that's like the closest. The graphic in the middle was like a teddy bear. I loved it.
Oh, I had so many baby tees. My favorite one was I had a black one with yellow, like, what is it called? Like I don't know, like a rim or whatever.
Yeah.
And or like a collar. I work in fashion, guys. A yellow collar, and it had a yellow flower, like, you know, those very like flower power styles.
Totally.
And it said flirt.
Oh my God.
And I probably was like not a flirt. Like I touched somebody's ass with my pencil case.
You're kind of you're kind of the queen of like just like words like sexy, flirt, like labeled
Absolutely.
on things.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that, you know what that is? That is so Paige. That is so incredibly Paige.
I mean, sassy is a real, like, it's a real, I feel like Paige was super sassy in this way that like now has come around as like a matured sort of like
she invented
feminism
reading.
Almost. She invented what?
Like reading people.
Totally.
Oh my God.
Just like tearing someone down with like a couple of words.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
or like backhanded compliments.
Totally. Also, you know what's funny? That so much of the like fashion that we're talking about like really played into what Paige looked like. It's because where, you know, 90210 and the OC again were sort of like ahead of the curve in terms of trends and fashion, Degrassi would like definitely be like a couple of years behind, you know? So when the show debuted in like 2001, like I was exclusively wearing crop tops that had slogans like hottie or
God.
like boys suck on them, you know, because we were just like a little bit behind.
And there's a lot of like angular haircuts too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about like going back to like your childhood, you in the 90s, and Paige having so many like iconic like crazy storylines growing up and like outfits as well. Like what about your like school experience?
My school experience was, I mean, it was kind of unusual because it was definitely colored by the fact that I was like the actor kid who always missed school. Like I wasn't around a lot. And I think that, again, the Mean Girls, like that totally made me a target for the Mean Girls.
Right, which is so weird and ironic because you're playing
so
one.
awful to me. I know, and that came a bit later because I was like Degrassi. I didn't really start until it was like at the end of grade 9. I think was when I started that. But my big problems with the Mean Girls were in like grade 6, 7, and 8, like right in this time period. And it's so funny because like you go back and look at things I've found and like memories I'd written, and it's like all about like being friends with these girls.
Oh my God, same.
Like they were the ones that like,
yes,
you know, I should be in therapy now talking about them, but like all of my stories seem to be about them and how like we were always hanging out.
I think it's the same. Like I don't know why you would have done that, but I feel like I did the same a little bit. Like I wanted to paint this like rosy picture maybe that wasn't really like I think the overwhelming sense that my time capsule gives is that I'm like just like delusionally confident and positive.
It's kind of, I feel like I was the same way, and now I'm just like a you know, neurotic bag of anxiety.
That's so interesting though that you would write in your personal diary like a false version of the truth.
I know.
I think it's like I think I wanted to like maybe if I was going to be looking back at this, like I wanted to think that things were great. Like I remember part of my diary is me writing about my prom, and like I didn't have a date to prom, and that probably bothered me.
Right.
But like I write in my diary like, oh, but it was
Whatever,
amazing.
it was no
I
big
danced with
deal.
everybody, you know, and it was
my
like I
God.
probably like was upset about the fact that I didn't have a date.
My diary was too real. Like I had I only ever wrote in it one time. I wrote like
And that's why
I
you
think
stopped.
I was being like gay bullied or something.
Oh.
And I think I wrote like, what's the big deal? Like, what if I was gay? Like, I'm not, but like, so, like if I was, like, why would it matter? Like, that's what Degrassi taught me or whatever. And then like I like for some reason was so trusting and like left it out and just was like, obviously no one's gonna read it. They know it's my diary. And then my mom like read it, like showed it to my grandmother.
Oh, and it just...
and they were just like, we're like really proud of you. Like that's such a like intelligent like adult like thing to say.
And like I'm never writing in a diary
yeah, and I
again.
just like never wrote in it again.
Oh
but,
my
like,
God.
But I never would have written like the people that bullied me or like act like, oh, they're just like
Like,
my
we're all
friends. Like yeah,
friends.
it's just teasing. I would have definitely been like,
that was
this
totally
person's
just like a
name,
wanting to fit in kind of thing.
Do you have like great vindication moments of Mean Girls?
Oh, like
Like-
things that actually. What do you mean?
Like somebody DMing you and being like, I saw that Drake like wish you mazel tov on your.
Oh my god, I wish. I wish I did. You know what? I can say that those girls are like, because a lot of them kind of like we all like grew up and you know, and like went to the same schools and whatever, and like I think probably like around grade 9 I was just like, no, like I don't need you anymore and I'm not gonna fuck with that.
And you're like,
And
bye.
that's the vindication that like like eventually you really do stop caring.
I mean, it's also great when someone comes up to you at a party and is like, oh my God, I saw that you're working in fashion now. And it's just like, yes.
I wish I could
I have great ones. Great, good moments.
That's
But
the
I mean,
best
like, I also
feeling in
don't
the
care.
world.
And just like I learned like in grade 9, like who cares, you know?
Yeah.
but also that.
What would you have put in your time capsule circa 98?
Okay, so I feel like this is maybe
Oh,
a good
yes.
time to bust out what I brought. So
Yes, please.
Drum roll,
a
please.
really big thing for me at that time.
She's covering
I
it
hope
right
you
now.
Remember,
She's
it's not really
covering
that.
it.
It's really not that great. Was like the "Have a nice day" imagery. Do you guys remember all of this?
Like, no?
really?
Wait, is it something that used to be like on a lot of posters?
It was always on these posters, and it was a happy face. It was like the big
Yeah.
round yellow. I actually feel like it was like stoner culture.
Yeah,
oddly enough.
definitely.
But yeah, it was like have a nice day was like the classic one with just like the big smiley face. But then there was like this is a night one because it's a have a night journal is what I brought here. But it's like have a dead night, and it's like a smiley face
Yes.
that looks like a skeleton, and like have an itchy night, and it's a smiley face that has chicken pox.
That
Can
was
I don't
such
Can I
a
inspect?
thing. Yeah. Can they used
Yeah,
to
but
ha-
I need to like get to what's inside.
they used to sell those in school at like. Did you guys ever have like? They would have like a specific like book sale. I forget what it was called. like-
Totally.
Oh, Scholastic.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god, I love
Thank
the
you.
Scholastic.
I also had the Hebrew book sale because I went to a Hebrew school.
But
We
this
had
was
2.
big at like the It store. Have you talked
Oh
about
my
the It store on the
God,
podcast?
no. That's one thing I haven't brought up.
Okay, so the It store
Ugh.
is so
Yes.
iconically Canadian
What?
90s.
Was it just like all clowns? Like what
It's
is
like-
this?
You don't
I
know what the
feel
It
No, I
store
don't know
is?
what this is.
No, it has nothing to do with it. It was basically just like the 90s completely uncool version of like a general store, you know?
Totally.
Like it was lots of like gifts and like really stupid like magic tricks or like a bottle of fake vitamins
All the pills
that were
were
like
such a
like
thing.
love pills that you would
They
like
had a
give to the guy
wall.
you like.
They had a wall of like pills, like so you just like buy like
That
pill
were candy.
bottles. Yeah, and it was always like
Oh my
yeah,
God.
like for like a bad mood or like for your
Yes.
sassy day or whatever, and you just like buy it and it would just be candy.
And or like lots of like movie posters
Yeah.
and like that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
It's almost like a one of those like general gift stores.
Totally.
I
Or
spent
like
my
Spencer's.
first-
Like
Spe-
Spencer's was like
exactly.
a newer version of that, basically.
I
Oh,
spent
okay.
my first allowance money on something from the It store that was just like I don't even know how you would describe this. It's like a rubber, like plastic thing that was full of water, and you could just and it had like a circle in the middle, so you could just like put your finger in the middle, and then it would just like move, and then
That
you'd,
is
like,
so-
move the other way.
You know what else is so It store? Remember those? I'm like, I don't know how to explain any of these things because they're just so dumb. And this is so representative of like life before cell phones, where like you would buy all of this shit before we had Instagram and Twitter and whatever that we would like entertain ourselves with. Remember those things that were like it was just like a square of needles, and you would like
Oh
put your,
my god!
put your
yes.
face
Put
in
your
it
face on
to have,
it.
like the imprint of the needles. Yeah,
I
Yeah.
love. I
For
actually
what?
think
Like-
about those sometimes. Those are like very like meditative. I
I
think.
feel like they still
Totally.
exist, but they're just like a paperweight that like a very specific type of like
totally.
professor has.
or like those
something.
head scratcher things.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like all that.
I have
you
one.
fully have one. Of
My mom got it
course.
for me.
Nice.
Anyways, tangent about the It store. So that
No,
is
I
where
could go on about the It
believe-
store.
That's where I believe I can still picture exactly where it was in Promenade Mall.
Oh my god!
Like in that
me
corner next to the
too.
food
Oh my
court.
God, yes.
Same. This is a very niche like part of the podcast.
I always feel like too bad these stores are dead because we could have so many sick sponsors from the 90s.
right.
Like shout out to the It store.
Yeah, I wonder if you could probably like buy stuff from the It store on
Like,
eBay. Like,
eBay.
I'm sure.
Oh.
my God.
Okay, sorry, tangent.
So this is a journal. I really thought that it was one that I used to keep track of the outfits in, but it's not.
The
So what
90210
is yeah, the
outfits?
90210 outfits. But what is written in here are a lot of like around like when everyone was having their bat mitzvah, you would have to like sing a song, or like if you were like the best friend, you were gonna like perform a song at your friend's bat mitzvah, so you'd like rewrite the words to something. So there's some of that.
Nowadays it's like a Drake song that they rewrite the words to.
That they like do like a whole rap, or like Drake actually shows up because like someone paid $1 million to have him at their bat mitzvah. Oh, that's a picture. Okay, so I'm going to read what I have in here is a draft that I never sent to the Backstreet Boys. Okay.
I'm so excited.
Dear Backstreet Boys.
Dear Backstreet Boys.
And I have a P.O. box for them in Orlando, Florida.
Oh my God.
Written above it.
Oh,
probably their like creepy manager who is in jail, Lou Pearlman.
Who I think died in jail, actually.
Oh, sad. R.I.P. Okay. He used to like abuse little boys.
Every time I say something crazy, I just laugh. Go ahead.
Okay. As I write, I'm listening to your CD. The song, That's the Way I Like It. You sound amazing. Exclamation point, turn into a happy face.
Song was very sexy.
The first time I heard As Long As You Love Me, I fell in love with you guys. I've been trying to learn the dance to everybody for so long, so I was wondering if you were giving away copies of the steps. I could learn them. I could learn them like that. I've taken dance for years, and I also sing. Is there an opening for a Backstreet Girl? I was crying when you were on Intimate and Interactive at Much Music in Toronto, Canada.
I went to that.
I was so depressed. I couldn't go. I've just skipped to the song Anywhere for You. Don't remember that one.
I'd go anywhere.
Right. Of course I do. It is so, so sweet. Nick, your brother is adorable, but not as adorable as you. Brian and AJ, you have the most incredible voices, scribbled in, and faces. I love you. Kevin and Howie, you look great in the video. Quit playing games with my heart. That was me really throwing them a bone.
Nice.
I have a question for you guys. How do you feel when critics and other people say you should hook up with the Spice Girls? My friends love you too. They're also sending letters, so if you don't get them, their names are Salima, Leanne, Monica, the Bullies, as I mentioned, Liz, Michelle, and Paula. Then, oh yeah, my name's Lauren Collins. I'm 11 years old in grade 6 at Bayview Ferries PS in Thornhill, Ontario, Canada. I'm highly interested in dance, vocal, and drama. Okay, this part's embarrassing.
She loves drama.
I've been in 2 movies, 4 TV shows, and a commercial for Campbell's Soup, which is playing now. I'm also in a children's choir, which performed in Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Oh my God, you're living the dream.
Osmond. I would just like to say I love you, and as long as you love me, I'll love you too.
Oh my God, you're a beautiful genius.
I know this is a big favor to ask, but if you could send me an autographed picture, I'd be the happiest girl alive. Jesus, it keeps going. I have some questions for you guys. How does it feel to be such heartthrobs? Do you mind that some guys don't like you? Is it hard learning all the dance moves? AJ, you're an incredible dancer. Can you do all the stuff you used to? Do you have girlfriends? I want to say thanks for bringing us such good music. And then a picture of an eye, heart, U, 4, URAQTP, picture of an eye. Your number one fan, love always, Lauren Collins. P.S. I wish I could come to Florida and see you in concert. P.P.S. I hope you get my video letter. Apparently,
did you ever do that?
I don't think so.
Oh my God.
Also, never sent this.
Okay, I have so many things
a lot
to say to that.
There's a lot to unpack there.
That is exactly it. Like that is yes.
I started to like sweat while I was reading it because I'm like just so embarrassed.
Like, you saying that you want to be a Backstreet Girl is the equivalent of every gay boy that's like, I wish I could be this one Spice Boy.
Oh,
like
I mean. Oh my. Okay. Okay. Hold on. We just have to take like a whole extra hour for this friggin' letter, because okay. Number one, do you remember when there were those? Sorry,
I'm like
we're talking. Okay, like undercurrent of this episode is bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs.
Yeah, apparently.
Do you remember those 2 dancers that were part of Mandel Entertainment who were Backstreet Boys backup dancers?
No. Okay.
They were twins.
What?
They were twins. I forgot their names, but they actually have a dance school, I think, now for like little girls.
Oh.
But
Of course I do. The redheads.
Yes, the redheads. They danced on a Backstreet Boys like cruise or something.
No.
And every single time they would be performing, we would half ask them with a million questions and then half just like cry and like be jealous and just like work us up as ourselves
they were
up to
so
a
much
frenzy.
cooler, and they were older, and
100%.
they could dance really well.
Okay, so like they were our closest connection, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And okay, oh my God, so many. Okay,
You asking for a copy of the steps?
What? Like what? What's the plan?
what did you
there?
expect to get back? Like,
I don't
did you
know.
expect
Maybe
them
that's
to?
why I ultimately decided don't send it because it's still here. Although I was so the type that would have like written that as a rough copy and then like
Definitely.
Printed it out nicer.
Yeah, because there's no like phones. You can't like type and then delete.
No.
Or YouTube to just like look up the steps.
Yeah, good point. But I remember definitely knowing the steps, like, and practicing them with friends and practicing lyrics and just really working on it.
I loved them so much.
They really were. So what was your order of favorites? I think you said it in there.
Nick, Brian,
Same.
and then no
AJ,
one else really. AJ,
Kevin,
and
Howie.
then like who cares?
Totally.
And it's so funny because Ben, one of my best friends who I mentioned before, we've been like writing this movie that actually like uses a lot of this stuff and a lot of this time. And his favorite was Kevin.
Oh, that
Can
was
we
like
talk
the
about
mom's
that for a
favorite.
second?
I feel like that was the classic mom choice.
Like he had like deep sexual feelings for Kevin,
Wow.
which I still don't really understand.
People always used to say, like, when I'd be like, I'm Kevin, they'd be like the Backstreet Boys growing up to me.
Yeah. Kevin was like, I think Kevin was the mature selection.
Right.
You could also totally see the outline of his dick in the quote playing games with my heart
So maybe
video.
that was it. That
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, he was more like
I feel
sexy.
like I don't at that point, like I didn't even have the concept of like them like having like penises or like any kind of like sexual organs. They were just like, it was just like hot faces that I knew like represented. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
But,
I
like,
mean,
it
yeah, I
wasn't
know what you
about
mean.
like it wasn't about like the sex necessarily.
Do you remember also another like subtle nod to bar mitzvah season? Do you remember that song like jump on it,
Sure.
and then as soon as they'd say like Orlando, like all the girls would be
Be
like,
like,
Oh my God.
oh man, that's so good.
Did you bring us out any other goodies?
Well, because we haven't talked about it at all, but I did find this, which I.
What is it?
It's
I used to have that. I think
it's a Clueless book, and it's called Cher's Guide to Whatever.
I
Nice.
definitely had that book.
And it's not really. I thought like maybe the pages would be a bit more like I use this as like my Bible or something, but. I was also obsessed with Clueless, and I felt like that was probably something we should touch on.
Did you feel like a Cher? Like, did you want to be the Cher?
Of course, I wanted to be the Cher
Cher is the shit.
That is a movie I have seen probably the most in my whole life.
of any movie.
Yeah, because my sister and I would rent it on VHS from the convenience store. We didn't have a
Totally.
Blockbuster. Like every day.
And it came out in
95, I think.
95.
Yeah.
Interesting, because I definitely saw it in theaters with
Yeah.
my grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder
Oh
how
my
that
God,
went
cool
over.
grandparents.
I know. I don't I have no idea how that would have gone over.
Talk about not having understanding of like sexual parts or anything. Like all of the sexual jokes in that movie, like I never would have understood
Like,
until
even
Like,
going
why
back
is
now, I'm like,
she
oh,
in love with
Totally.
her stepbrother. Like,
yeah.
just right over my head.
I know.
and just like all the talking about sex and just being a virgin
Like
and like
sexual innuendo.
I don't even think it like
even like Christian being gay. Like that,
Yeah.
100% went over my head.
Yes.
And what were all the ways that they called him gay? Like they used a lot of phrases that are like very like outmoded.
Yeah, like Murray, a Dorothy. That was
Yeah.
one.
Oh, a friend of Dorothy.
Friend of
Yeah, a friend of
Dorothy.
Dorothy. That's a very old term for
Yeah.
a gay guy. Eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ugh,
Love it.
So
I feel
good.
like that would be in my time capsule too.
Like anything Clueless related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved Clueless.
Along with like a plush. I remember this like plush like Power Rangers pink. It had like
Back to
a
the Power
it had like a
Rangers again.
plastic head, and then it was like a plush body because I was obsessed with Kimberly.
I wonder like as a young gay boy, do you think the Power Rangers was like a cool thing for you to be into because you were like, it's
Yes.
kind of masculine
Yeah,
because
okay.
they fight and
This-
but you're like, but I have the Pink Ranger.
Totally. The Power Rangers, I had like my like best friend as a child. He was really into the Red Ranger. He was like a normal straight child, but like
No, we have to use the word normal.
Yeah, let's not use the
You
word
were very normal too.
Sorry. Anyways, we would connect over the Power Rangers, but like I loved the Pink Ranger, and it was like fine because
Right.
because like she's like beating people up and stuff. I also was really obsessed with drawing pictures of my pets, but like reimagining them as though they were like human like and like in like a girl band, like a girl rock band. And I would like draw pictures of them like playing guitar with like weaves in basically. And like, did you guys ever, I don't even know if this exists outside of Canada or just in Canada, but Highlights magazine?
Yeah, of
Sounds
course. Like in the
vaguely.
library.
Yeah, so I like submitted my drawing of like my friends' pets and my pets as like sexy women rock stars.
To
And
highlights.
yes,
Did it
and
make
it
the
made it
issue?
into the February
No.
issue.
Whoa.
Yeah.
The February
So,
issue.
I
pop
thought you
that
said
in my
the
time
February.
capsule.
That's amazing.
February.
February. It was a very femmy February.
Oh my God. Did you save anything from the Degrassi set?
Yeah, I have a couple of things. Like I definitely have my hottie shirt. Like the red crop top.
Is that the
which,
new year, new look, new
yes.
page? Nice.
So that's like the very first episode I was in. That's my first line, and I'm wearing that with dark denim jeans. Like they weren't actually the Steve Madden slip-ons, but they were like sort of that ilk. Like they kind of looked the same. You know, the black stretchy sandals. And then the Charlie's Angels sunglasses with the rhinestone.
Okay, well, that was very current at the time.
Which, did you notice that Drake recently in his Instagram posted a bunch of photos of him
Yes!
wearing them?
because he's obsessed with you secretly.
Oh my God,
and
I
you just
wish.
won't tell us.
I wish.
Let's just talk about Aubrey for a second.
Okay.
That was all. That was
that's
just
a good,
let's
that's
just
a good segue.
So tell us about what Aubrey was like in and out of the wheelchair.
Okay. Well, I mean, he was on the show for years before he was in the wheelchair, but we met at our, what would have been, I think, my third audition for the show, probably his second or third. We were like screen testing with each other, and they were doing like a mix and match because I think I originally auditioned for Paige, but they had me come in and screen test for Paige and for Ashley. I don't know if you remember who Ashley was. She was in the first season. She was kind of like
Did she date Drake's character
later on? Yeah.
Okay.
And in the first season, she was kind of like the popular girl, and then she sort of turned like goth and moved away.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
A cautionary tale for popular girls.
Yeah.
Don't ever become goth.
But yeah, that was the first time we met, and I remember we had to like kiss in a scene, like in the audition, and I remember him being like, I brought some gum if you want. And he like offered me
Oh
gum
my God.
because we like had to like make
He's
out.
so considerate and sensitive.
What a sweetheart.
I love him.
What a sweetheart. Yeah.
Were you like, it's
and-
okay without the gum?
No, I probably took it. I was probably so nervous. Are you kidding me? Like terrified. And yeah, what else do you want to know about him?
Everything.
He's a great guy. He's a really great guy. He was always super talented. He was always kind of like a shit disturber, but one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life, for sure.
And you guys are still in touch?
I mean, yes, but not often. He's kind of busy.
I mean, he's so loyal to our town, you know?
He really is, and he's loyal to people that came up with him, and you know, he's good to like his old friends.
What about when that viral post happened where he got like a tiny check from Degrassi?
Oh,
like,
yes.
recently.
Oh my God.
And like, also, are you receiving tiny checks from Degrassi?
Yeah, for like 4 cents. Guys, like, give me a break. I need a rap career to keep me going. Yeah, but I loved that. He posted that. And I love that he just has a sense of humor about the show and
Definitely.
the fact that that's where he came from.
I mean,
And that you inspired all of his music secretly.
I
and
wish, guys.
and his recent turn to glittered sunglasses.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he changed his name into Drake, inspired by New Year, New Look, New Page.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Because he
so.
was like the new. It is his middle name. That's
Yeah,
where
but
that
who
came
cares? It's
from.
about you.
Okay, I'll take it. BuzzFeed is gonna like turn that into some headline. Like that's where Drake's name came from.
Yeah,
Not
totally.
true.
Totally.
I wish.
It is true. Don't fact check this. So on that note, we're gonna wrap things up here. If you guys have any questions, concerns, fact checking missions for Lauren, DM us at Capsule98. And
If you've written any letters to the Backstreet Boys,
Oh,
etc., we
please.
would
I'd love to
hear
hear them. I would love to hear them. Also, Nick, if you're listening, still love ya. You still got it.
On another note, I follow this account on Instagram that's at Nick Carter's feet, and it's just pictures of his feet.
I don't want to.
She's like,
that's weird.
She's like, actually, I run it, but I'm not going to tell you that.
I wish I ran it. It's genius.
It's deeply weird.
And at the end of every episode, I like to get everybody to say my special saying, which
Okay.
I'm trying to make happen since 1996, which is "Get out of my facial act."
Okay.
And I think it would have been really good for Paige. I think it would have been a really good
Oh my
like
God,
totally
yeah.
Paige.
yeah.
Get out of my facial act. Totally. Totally
Wow.
Paige.
Randy,
Except she
where were
would've-
you when they needed this in the script?
She would have said it in French though, because she would always drop like.
Right.
Paige is
Franglais.
basically a gay man.
Yeah, she said
Like,
hun
that's
a lot.
really-
I think
Yes.
I'm a bit Paige, actually.
Yeah.
Come to think of it.
Like Paige was sort of a creation of our head writer, who is a gay man, and
Yeah.
so much of her.
That's what I was gonna say. Like about the when I was like Paige amended reading, I'm like it's like a gay man clearly like wrote Paige.
Yeah, totally.
Hun. So.
Hun is so insulting. I love it.
Yeah, it's so condescending.
Mhm.
Yeah, so just say it again.
Get out of my facial. I just forgot what it
Get
was.
out of my
Get
facial
out of my
act.
facial act.
Thank you so much. All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.